Thank you very much. And welcome to Cats and Dogs here on Press TV with me, Lembit Öpik. And we begin by revealing one man's dream of hosting the Football World Cup under a sun-kissed sky. Oh yes, in the latest Saudi shopping spree, the nation's de facto head, our old friend Mohammed bin Salman, wants to buy the biggest beaker in the world, the Soccer World Cup. According to Politico, he's offered to pay for new football stadiums in Greece and Egypt in return for their alliance in jointly bidding to host it in 2030. So while he's saying, "Give me the cup, give me the cup," they're saying something like, "Show me the money, show me the money." Or did the talk take a slightly different tone? Crown Prince, tell us, why are you so interested in football all of a sudden? Well, in football, you can take as many shots at people as you want and nobody accuses you of human rights violations. Now, the dramatic offer, probably worth billions in construction costs, was discussed in a private conversation between Mohammed bin Salman and the Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis in the summer of 2022. And with all the money in the world, the Saudi prince can afford just about anything. So, given his track record, our Cats and Dogs retail unit has taken a guess at his shopping list. The Football World Cup, obviously. A new phone app that automatically shows critics, dissidents and Yemenis the way to prison. A remote island big enough to accommodate all Saudi women. New York, because it's got the United Nations in it. And a voting system using artificial intelligence platform ChatGPT, which sounds human and can tell everyone online that bin Salman has won all the elections everywhere in the world. Now, that last one can also help Saudi Arabia shift from autocracy to democracy overnight. And since the Crown Prince will then be the elected ruler of Earth, he'll automatically own the World Cup too. Problem solved. But will the Greek Prime Minister agree to the stadium deal? The media says he already has. Really? Well, to get the truth, right here on Cats and Dogs, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Greek Premier himself, Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Mr. Mitsotakis, thanks for joining us here on Cats and Dogs.
No problem. You caught me in a very good mood.
I'm not surprised. But aren't you and bin Salman rather strange political bedfellows?
No, why? I'm the Prime Minister of Greece, and he is the Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia. What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, Athens is historically linked with freedom and democracy, and Saudi Arabia is, well, you know...
Greece has too much democracy and freedom. They have too much oil and money. We're just making a trade.
Making a trade? So you're willing to sell your metaphorical soul for money?
No, not our soul, no. Just a tiny bit of democracy and freedom.
Just a tiny bit of democracy and freedom, you say?
Let's be honest. Football's just a little game. It's not serious.
But human rights are serious. What about human rights?
No, they didn't ask to buy any of those.
I didn't mean like that. I mean, in relation to this World Cup deal, don't you feel that violations of people's rights are something to be worried about?
Not at all. They'll have references at all the matches, just like everywhere else. So all the players will have their rights.
No, I don't mean in relation to the games of football. I mean in relation to the country.
Oh, that. In fact, yes. And I asked bin Salman to observe human rights in his kingdom.
And what did he say about that?
He offered me even more money.
OK, well, what did you say about that?
I said thanks.
And that was it?
Basically, yes.
Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much.
See you in Riyadh. Unless someone else makes a better offer.
Meanwhile, over in America, Joe Biden delivered a shock State of the Union address. The shock being, he didn't mess it up. That's caused commentators to speculate if this was maybe a body double. Or if Biden is now being controlled by Chinese artificial intelligence robots delivered to Washington by a high-altitude balloon. Biden listed his achievements, including creating jobs no one ever expected. Now, that's not hard, since nobody ever expected he could create any jobs at all. But he has. Oh my gosh, Joe, you created a new job. What is it? It's a new profession called Chinese balloon watching. Repeat. End of quote. Biden claimed unemployment to be at a half-century low. Apart from the possibility that COVID cut the workforce, it's a bold claim considering he's also got the highest inflation rate in half a century too. Perhaps his biggest achievement, though, is making Ukraine so powerful it could replace Russia as Washington's chief rival. Seriously, it's a tried and tested US strategy. Hand over your military hardware, run away, and see what happens, just like they did in Afghanistan. We asked US politicians what they thought. Meanwhile, in the UK, Liz Truss is talking again. Remember her? The shortest-serving Prime Minister in UK history with just 49 days in office. The Iron Lady, who was outlived by a lettuce. Anyway, in her first interview since resigning, she ruled out rerunning for Prime Minister. Why? Because even I couldn't, fix the mess I created. Nobody could. But what if she changes her mind? What would be her campaign slogan? Oh, come on. It's not just me. Nobody understands economics. Or, unlike under Boris, if you elect me, the party's over in Downing Street and indeed across the whole of the UK. Troubled Truss's retirement is the opposite of singer Madonna's second youth. In her mid-60s, she continues to work, surprise, and shock friends and foes alike, appearing at the industry's Grammy Awards with a face that seemed rather different to what nature may have intended. The 64 going on 20-year-old caused some to ask, isn't Halloween over? This philosophical question made the artist herself respond via Instagram. Many people choose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a pressed photographer that would distort anyone's face. But what does the public think? Now, the singer says comments about her are signs of a world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45. But why say that when she won't be 45 again for another 20 years? Notice also that she hasn't gone to Saudi Arabia, even though they might appreciate her endorsement for their World Cup bid. After all, with all that surgery, under a Saudi sun, there could be a serious risk of melting. That's all for this week. Join me again next time for the latest on that Saudi football bid, Liz Truss's second chances and Madonna's second childhood. That's all on Press TV with me, Lembit Öpik, and Cats and Dogs.